Hi guys, today we're going to react to Serving Him by MESSA. First time reaction. This is a Buy Me a Coffee request from PeterG. Thank you, Peter, for this request and for your support. Much appreciated.
Thank you, Peter. We appreciate the ongoing support. Looking forward to checking this band out. We think it's a band. We actually don't know anything about MESSA, so eager to find out.
We've reacted to songs like this before. It's a slow burn mood setter. It takes time for you to get in line with the frequency of the song. It's melancholic and I think it prompts you into a pensive state. That's what it feels like. It's a heavy song, and I think it probably carries a deep message that I can't decipher as of yet, but that's what I'm getting from it. Musically, very good as well.
Yeah, it kind of puts you in a thinking mood all of a sudden, like you're trying to decipher what's going on at first. Like the music's really good. The way it's composed, it gives you almost like an exposition, even though we don't have any video here. This is just an audio. I was trying to work out before the singing started if this reminds me of anything, if there's any band I can connect it to as far as style. And the one band that came to mind, even before the singing came in, and then even more so after the singing came in, was Brutus. I was thinking, yeah, it's somewhere in that vicinity, probably. But yeah, as you said, there's not enough yet to kind of go into a meaning or whatever. But the voice is great. There's something about it that captures your attention straight away. It fits that sort of mood. There's an intensity to it that just gets you there and keeps you there. And yeah, I'm definitely curious to see where this is going.
Yeah, I think similarly to Brutus, this song doesn't have a lot of lyrics. So the focus here is on the delivery as opposed to the quantity. And the same thing is with Brutus. I think their songs revolve what we've reacted to so far entirely on the delivery.
And the sort of mood setting music, that slow burn you were referring to, was there as well. That intensity exists as well. Yeah.
After you mentioned Brutus, and now in the chorus here, in the more vocal parts of the song, their lead singer reminds me of Stephanie from Brutus. So I can totally see it. But it does the same thing. It just takes you deeper and deeper into the world of the song. I think it's designed to have that sense of melancholy sit deep in your gut, and it does exactly that. As I said before, there's a pensive element in it. Like you said, this is what you'd play when you want to be alone with your thoughts. It's a perfect song for that. I'm liking it very much so far.
Well, when that chorus hit, the intensity was amplified somewhat. Just a one-line chorus saying serving him, which is the name of the song, and the intensity of it was palpable. It straight away took me to how we usually say, I could see this in a soundtrack of a film such as this, and that. It took me to a horror film, potentially folk horror, where something is happening as far as some kind of a reveal of the evil. Initially, when I saw the title of this song, I actually thought that it would be some sort of a religious song to do with God or Jesus or whatever, like a serving him type of thing. But I think this actually refers to a darker
Yeah, I did too. Yeah.
a darker master, let's call it. It's interesting. He really wants you to, knowing who dares to breed pestilence. So it's like, yeah, okay, we're going to breed the plague.
Yeah.
And within those lines, I got an idea that it might be some sort of a criticism on today's society as far as the people who breed all kinds of plagues, but mostly with misinformation and just basically trying to influence people into a wrong direction. Very interesting. That second section, erase your footsteps, command you to no thorns, no petals, fake roses, embracing forces, shed skin outside, morbid, nice torment for coming. No thorns, no petals. It's like, okay, no thorns. This isn't Jesus. This is somebody else. This is something else. That's what it sounded like to me. But again, it could be anything. I could be way off. It's just a feel that I got from this.
Yeah. Something that caught my attention from the still image that they used. This is their channel. This is MESSA's YouTube channel. So the still images, I'm guessing it's them. It could be not. But it reminds me back in the end of the 19th century, they used to photograph people on the day or in proximity to the time of their passing to sort of immortalize them. And that reminds me of those pictures because I've seen some of those. The people in the image are clearly alive. Maybe it's the black and white. Maybe it's the grim feeling that the song gives. But that's what it reminds me of.
Yeah, there's something about it that when I first just glanced at the picture, I didn't really look too deeply into it. I thought it was like Native American Indians, but at closer look, it looks like something else, some kind of a tribal thing, though, of some sort of an ancient culture. And it's interesting, even the design of the name MESSA, the way it's written reminds me of horror films, those kind of creatures or spiders or something. I'm not 100% sure, but it took me back to Enemy, Denis Villeneuve's Enemy. And that's what it reminded me of straight away, of that spider-looking creature. There's like probably a lot of layers to this, but without being really familiar with the band and with the music and what they're about, yeah, it's very hard to say. I think this is their album cover, but I don't think it's them in the picture at a guess, but I wouldn't be surprised any which way this goes. Because again, the lack of familiarity with them and the subject matter in that regard. But awesome song. I'm loving it.
Well, I don't know where they came up with the name MESSA. This is an opinion that formulated after having a few minutes with the song. It kind of reminded me of demon names of many films that we've seen because it's not a usual name. It's not saying that the band is worshiping a demon, but that's what it reminded me of, like Azazel or whatever, Abaddon, something like that. Something that I noticed when their lead singer started singing, she's a phenomenal singer, no doubt about it. She has a lot of strength in her voice. Like we say about awesome singers, her voice pierces through everything and just hits you like an arrow. And also, I think you were right. This is their album cover. At least I think it is because there's a word there, close. I think that's the name of the album, if I'm not mistaken. This is quite an experience. It lingers.
That intensity doesn't let up, and anytime that chorus hits, it's very, very powerful. I like the way it kept going in that same sort of style after the chorus, and then it kicked into this almost guitar solo. But something about it is very, very kind of old school throwback 70s rock, just sounding great. It just took me back to many bands in the past and not so distant past who are sort of in that vicinity of this kind of style. But I would just say it's hard rock, and it's very, very good hard rock.
I've noticed in the picture that they shown, I know I talk too much about the picture, but there are three people in the picture. Their faces are not visible. You can't clearly see who they are. And I wonder why that is. What made them choose this still for the album?
I could hazard a guess, but I think I'll leave it out because, again, this is probably their album cover, so it might not be as related to this song. So it might be off topic.
I love the caressing care at the end of the song with her feathery voice. Also, there's a bluesy element in the song that in certain sections, especially in the guitar solo near the end, reminded me of Since I've Been Loving You by Led Zeppelin. They don't sound the same, just the same feel comes out of it, the same vibe. I love it. Really, really good song.
Yeah, what you're referring to as feathery caressing vocals at the end reminded me of Mazzy Star. Obviously, this is a lot heavier, I'd say, but just very, very cool. Definitely this kind of like ethereal and intense heaviness to it that I really, really enjoy. I think we may or may not be way off on our interpretation of the
Yeah.
song. I would really like to dig into this and find out because hopefully there's some information online. But yeah, this was awesome. Thank you, PeterG, for this awesome request. That's a really, really good band.
Yeah.
And yeah, we hope there's more coming from them. And thank you again for the ongoing support. Much appreciated.
Yeah, thanks PeterG for the introduction to MESSA. We tremendously enjoyed reacting to this song. More like this will be much appreciated. And of course, thank you for all your support. If you enjoyed this episode, guys, please be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and click the little bell icon so you get notified on all our future videos. If you have a song in mind you'd like us to react to, please make your request through BuyMeACoffee. The link is at the top of the description below. Thank you all for sticking with us. Thank you all for your time.
For reference, as we've mentioned them throughout the episode, I'll include the Brutus reactions playlist for you to check out. Awesome band, and yeah, MESSA is definitely joining our favorites list now. Awesome song. Thank you so much for all the support you're throwing our way. We appreciate it oh so much. Please keep it coming. We'll be back in a couple of days with a new episode, and we hope to see you all then. Thanks again, guys. Bye for now.
Bye, guys.